Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I'm in a good mood. I'm in a very good mood. I'm in an ecstatic mood. I'm in a shameless mood. I am in my villain arc, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to Omar Talks Football. And I told you all, ladies and gentlemen, on my video yesterday in the UEFA Champions League predictions, I told you guys you would see drama. I told you guys we would make playoffs. And I told you guys you were bound to see some surprises in the Champions League today. But before I talk about all the other clubs, you all know why I'm here. I am here to talk about the most relevant club in Spain right now, FC Barcelona. Because we, today, at the Camp Nou, hosted Copenhagen. And ladies and gentlemen, we got the job done. It wasn't a game, it wasn't a good game. I'm not going to sit here and bullshit any of you guys. You know me, guys. You guys know I am the home of hard-hidden home truths. And I will give it to you 100%. This game wasn't good to watch. But at the end of the day, all I wanted was a win. Because I knew a win would guarantee me the position that I wanted, which was top 8. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got it done. What is going on, everyone? Let's get into it. Listen, from the starting 11, guys, I'm going to be very real with you. I was very impressed, right? The lineup that Flick made, no problem with it. I had no issues with the lineup. I was very impressed. I thought that, he decided to go with a strong lineup because that's what I would have gone for, right? This is a crunch game in the Champions League, right? He went with the best lineup we could bring up in this game. Jean Garcia in goal. He brought Kobashi and Gerard Martin as the centre-back partnership, which I will get into in the reaction. But he got Koundé out in the fullback positions alongside Alejandro Balde. And in the midfield, he decided to put Olmo deeper in the midfield and play Fermin much higher with Eric Garcia in the pivot and Yamal on the right, Rafinha on the left, and Robert Lewandowski in attack. And listen, from the start of the game, the drama started. I'm telling you guys, chat, I'm going to be very real. Even though I have the glasses on, I got the shades on, I'm in my villain arc, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This team is not winning the Champions League. I'm sorry, guys. I know. I want to be positive. I really do. I don't want to come out here and be shameless. I want to come out here and be shameless and say it's our trophy to win. Absolutely. But, guys, look at the patterns in this Barca team. We've conceded first in our last 4 games. Nah, scratch that. 5 games in the Champions League. We've conceded first every time. We conceded first today. We conceded first in our last game against Slavia Prague. We conceded first against Frankfurt. We conceded first against Club Brugge. And then we conceded first against Chelsea. Why is it that we always start from behind? We always start from the wrong foot. Why? We conceded before the first 5 minutes to a 17-year-old. And I'm sorry. The way the defense split like the Red Sea was absolutely embarrassing. Let's just call it for what it is. It was embarrassing. Honestly, bro, and you know what, right? I can't even go in on the defenders because it's a centre-back partnership of Kobashi and Gerard Martin. And the worst thing is, that's probably our best defensive partnership. It's really, really sad that is where we are as a club. That our best defensive partnership was the partnership of Gerard Martin and Pau Kobashi. Bro, my club has fallen off. Bro, we have fallen off. We really have. And you know what, right? In the end, it was a terrible goal to give away. Like I mentioned, defense just opened up. The guy had all the space to pass the ball. Lovely through pass. Great goal. Great finish, right? From a 17-year-old. Impressive finish. I got to give it to him. Great finish, right? But you know what really pissed me off about that first half, if I'm going to be honest with you? You know what really pissed me off? It's the fact that we conceded. And there was no urgency from this team instantly after conceding. All I saw was pass this side, pass that side, pass it over here, pass it over there, pass it to him, Do you want the ball? No, you want me to pass it to you. No, for the ball, do you want to take it? What do you want? Do you want the ball? Have you touched the ball? Oh, you over there. That's what we were doing today. I was seeing no breakthrough passes. All I saw was, even when we're in the box, I'm like, for God's sake, are we going to shoot any time today? Seriously, shoot the flipping ball. But no, we want to tiki-taka all the way to the back of the net. And I'm not going to lie to you, I was fuming. That first half, I lost it. For those of you guys who watch my channel, you guys would have seen. I was not happy. I was fuming for most of that first half. But thankfully, man like Hansi Flick actually gave these guys the hairdryer treatment. I'm sorry, I'm sure he did. He must have, because bro, I saw a completely different team. Literally, right? Second half starts. First thing he does, and this surprised me really, he decided to take off Eric Garcia for Marc Bernal. Now, I am assuming, and I hope to God this is not the case, but it doesn't make sense to me why Eric Garcia was taken off. The only thing I can assume is the reason why he was taken off is because he was injured. And I hope on everything I love that was not the case. We don't need any more injuries. Please, God, no more injuries, right? But it really doesn't make any sense. He brought on Bernal, and I have to give it to Bernal. Bernal played well. In fact, watching Bernal in that second half made me wonder, bro, why didn't he just start? Why didn't you just start him and put Eric Garcia in the defense alongside Jordan Martin or Kobashi? Why didn't you just do that? It didn't make any sense. I didn't understand it. But Bernal came in, and bro, from the moment we touched down, we kicked off in that second half, we were on their necks. I'm just sitting there like, wow. All of a sudden, these players now have realized or woken up and realized that we are actually losing this game. We went in, and guess what? Within 2 minutes of the second half starting, it was already 1-1. I'm like, wow, look at that. We show urgency, and then we score within 2 minutes. Wow, crazy. And you know and the craziest thing is, and like I mentioned, there was all the other games were started at the same time. That first half, what really was pissing me off, another thing that I didn't mention, was the fact that if you look at all the other games, it seemed like all the other teams, all the other games in the Champions League were all rolling the red carpet for Barcelona to finish top 8. Especially Madrid and PSG and Inter and Dortmund. All of those teams were all not winning. None of those teams. But in the end, Lamine Yamal, who I got to give it to him. Bro, that Yamal goal, and let's be honest, right? I got to give Yamal credit. Goal and assist, but let me be honest. That first equalizer, I didn't mention it, but you got to give Olmo, that pass by Olmo was Pedri-esque. That pass by Olmo was Pedri-esque. You got to give it to him. The defense splitting pass, beautiful. And Lamine Yamal, you know what it is? I got to give Yamal credit. Because you know what, yeah? Lamine Yamal, we got to give him 2026 Lamine Yamal, amazing. He's doing the right things. Everything he's doing is working. And he's doing the right things at the right time. Even the goal he scored today, he could have decided to be cheeky and chip it and get in the headlines. But you know what? He made the right decision. He made the pass, gave Lewandowski an easy chance to score. And in the end, he also got his goal. It took a massive deflection, but hey, it is what it is. It doesn't matter. It was a goal, right? Massive deflection. It went in. 2-1 Barca. Now we're leading. We're in the playoffs. Especially now, Madrid are losing, right? PSG are still drawing against Newcastle. I know, at the time, Napoli and Chelsea was still 2-2, right? But basically, we are sitting 5th at that time. So I was like, okay, cool. This is what we need. But we need to keep going. Let's increase the goal difference, but also put this game to bed. Because Copenhagen were fighting for something too. And in the end, we got a penalty. And listen, I'm very, very honest, man. That penalty was... It was one of those things where I'm like, harsh, but there was contact. And I'll let you guys in the comment section tell me what you guys think. But I think there was contact. It was minimum, but there was contact. And in the end, Rafinha took the penalty. Now Lewandowski, thank God. Rafinha took the penalty, slaughtered it in, 3-1, Babs your uncle. Finally, we're comfortable. But we couldn't be comfortable for long because in the end, we nearly conceded again and we were starting to slip. We were starting to slip and I wasn't enjoying watching what I was seeing. But you know what else I did enjoy seeing? It's us actually scoring a free kick. And my goodness, that goal by Rashford. Hey, listen, man. I wasn't aware you had that in your game. I knew you could score free kick. I've seen you score free kick a few times, but that was a beautiful free kick. That was Messi-esque. I got to give it to him, man. Like, to put it in the corner where he put it. I'm sorry, that was Messi-esque. Literally, bottom right-hand corner, bro. Beautiful. 4-1, it's over, right? Where I'm happy, I'm ecstatic. Especially when I'm looking at the Madrid game and seeing what was going on, right? At the end, Sporting Lisbon ended up taking the lead against Bilbao, which meant that Real Madrid were now in the playoffs. And Barcelona were going through. And, you know, in the end, Copenhagen did get a goal late, but the referee shot offside. Interesting, but it is what it is. The officiating today, I'm not going to lie, wasn't really that good. But, yeah, at the end of the day, 97 minutes later, we were winners. And as if my day couldn't get any better, ladies and gentlemen, I decided to turn my TV off to go and watch the Madrid game. And what do I see? I see Real Madrid losing 3-2. And basically, Madrid doing what they do whenever they're losing, acting like a bunch of cry-baby divas. Bro, this team is so pathetic. It's actually funny. I'm not even talking about the result. I'm just talking about how they react to not winning. This team is not it. They don't have it in here, bro. They don't have it in here, and they don't have it in here. They don't. Because the moment they were losing and they started getting frustrated, man like Raul Asensio decides to lose his head and then gets sent off. Idiot. And just when I thought it couldn't get any more pathetic, Kylian Mbappe, somehow, someway, when the goalkeeper was about to kick the ball into play, Mbappe decides to flick it. I'm like, where have you ever seen a player ever flick the ball ahead of the keeper and score and that be given? And to make it worse, Rodrigo, I swear to God, Rodrigo walks up after he saw his own teammate blatantly make a foul. He walks up to the referee, starts talking shit. And you know what? Fair play to the referee for not taking the shit. I'm being honest, bro. Fair play to the referee for not taking his shit. Send him off. That was a disgrace, bro. He deserved that. This is my point with this club, bro. They're so pathetic, bro. They are so pathetic. They don't know how to lose like a team. Okay, it's 3-2. You are literally one goal away from making the top 8. Don't lose your heads. But no, typical Real Madrid. When they're now winning, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Bring out your popcorns. Here comes the cinema. And it was cinema. And you know what? It was beautiful football in Kama. Ladies and gentlemen, football won because in the end, Benfica scored a 4th. And it's as if it wasn't embarrassing of that Madrid were losing. It was the goalkeeper who decided, even when they were winning 3-2, you know what? This is the last chance of the game. I'm going to go and see what I can do. Try my luck. And you know what? Flicked it to the box. Beautiful header. 4-2. And ladies and gentlemen, my day was complete. Barcelona won. Barcelona made top 8. Madrid lost. Madrid missed out on top 8. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you all what this means. This is, ladies and gentlemen, what this means. As you can see, we are not going to be worrying about the playoffs. We are sitting 5th. We are comfortably in the round of 16. Real Madrid on 9th. Just missed out. Shame. But yeah. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, look at the teams who are in the playoffs. Inter, PSG and Newcastle, Juventus, Atletico Madrid, Atalanta, Leverkusen, Dortmund. There's a lot of good teams in the playoffs. I'm just hoping to God, ladies and gentlemen, that they run the fade Madrid versus PSG. Please, man, I beg you. That's all I ask. I don't ask for much. But it doesn't matter. As far as I'm concerned, even though we're not that good, I don't care. We won. We're in the top 8, round of 16, here we come. And Real Madrid, y'all can stay in the mud, and I hope to God that you get a PSG so that we can all be entertained watching you guys battle it in the round of 32. Big up to you guys. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. For everything I have said, make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notification, all of the beautiful stuff. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Visca Barca, Visca Catalonia, hold out your Madridista pussios, and peace, you guys.